Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Boston Scott, his first carry. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Scott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Go. 120! Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Let's 5-7.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.
Let's go, baby.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Kill. 22-jet bomber.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Whip. Watch the whip. Trey 15. Done. Check. Crouch. General West. Crouch.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
On 2nd down now. It's Scott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jannard Avery. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
This is fielded at the goal line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
180. King. Run. Hurry. Hurry. 51, Mike, 51.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and it's 3rd down.
It's just me and you. Regular. 51. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Mayfield. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Bunch. Hey, we got to seal. 46 down, man. 5-4.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly seconded under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Run. Real. You ain't doing nothing today. Check nine.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target. Beckham. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
He's out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Let's go, baby. Hurry.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alpha. We got it. Mike 9.
Wentz going to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. To throw is Wentz. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Set, 180. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line.
On first down, here's Love. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
We want it. Come to my world. Big air, big hurry, hurry. Mike, 51. Pistol. Hey, box truck. 51.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
74.
Now Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
180. 51. I know he ain't got it. Hey, Mike 51. Cover. Hurry. Mike 51.
Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Hey, Zoo. Come on, no. Alert flag.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hurry. 51, Mike.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Jackson to return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
To throw on second and 10. Wentz. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Now a give, right side. It's Franklin. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 13. It's a first down. On play action, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check. Hey, on 133. Hey, echo. Hurry.
Mayfield to throw it. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, Red 5-2, on here. Hey, high 7.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. First and 10.
Wentz now to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
19-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Slam.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down, drive.
Hurry. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Mayfield on play action. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 99. Check 99. King. 51.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Eagles 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
A gain there of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And all the way down to the 37. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go again with Scott. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
We call 152 fighter.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Smooth.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his man on the out route. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench. They're
elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run right side with Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And avoids the contact by sliding.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
A run for Nick Chubb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Bravo!
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Topper! Real. Go! Hurry! I got you, boy.
They go play action. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hurry! Hey, point it right. Watch the screen. Mike 51.
From the gun, Mayfield. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all